Всем привет, всем здравствуйте, с вами снова Лау, и мы продолжаем играть в Age Inquisition. И... сейчас придется со всеми нашими спутниками разговаривать. Так, Лилиана тоже что-то новенькое скажет нам.
Inquisitor, I have been thinking.
Я только не знаю до сих пор, что я делала в этом убежище.
Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you, but only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
She knew it was either her or me, and she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
Wait, you don't know what she meant either?
There are no answers in the fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Так, что-то еще?
A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. You all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
You know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
You take your instructions from me. What sort of help can a dead divine give you?
Ой, вот это...
I don't know. Perhaps something to do with the chantry. Or it could be
Такое это
personal.
было
She
сказано...
guided me for many years, Inquisitor, as a divine and as a friend. There are days when I
Строго.
still look to her for advice, only to remember that I am alone.
Как будто, ты не имеешь права слушаться мертвую Джустинию. Сейчас я тут командую. Не понравилось мне, как это было сказано.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the divine.
Как будто
It
Лиана
is a
забыла,
place
кому
that holds
слушает.
great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Ну, сейчас я не знаю, вам смешно или нет, знаю, как я прохожу игры. Поэтому постарайтесь не задерживаться. Это не про меня. Так, все,
I
да?
didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade physically.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
I'll leave you to your work.
Так, кто тут у нас еще есть? Так, стол исследования.
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Фиона, ничего сказать не хочешь?
I'm told you gave the Grey Wardens another chance, Inquisitor. Would I have done the same, I wonder? Forgiveness can be difficult. I hope the Order values what you've done and gives you no reason to regret it.
Ну, тоже надеюсь.
I'll leave you to it.
Дориан.
You have remarkably little here on early to winter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
I see. My library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Oribalian in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
I learned a surprising amount. What happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one.
Regained your memories. That's good then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
Не будем мы ему сердечки посылать.
So, I should be happy I accomplished something so grand?
Concerned, more like. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
You don't number among them?
It's tempting, but I'm no fool. There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Удачи.
Here we are again.
I should go.
Так.
I do rather like watching you leave.
Как представлю, что скоро мне придется разговаривать с Вариком. Так аж сердце кровью обливается. Хоук. Ой, я надеюсь, она жива. Ой, как я надеюсь, она жива. Но пока Солос.
My friend.
Ха? Ты мне ничего не скажешь? После наших с тобой вот этих вот гуляний по тени, ты ничего мне не скажешь? Почему все мне говорят что-то, даже Дориан, а ты нет? Хо.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Ой. Варик. Ух.
Did I ever tell you about the time Hawk was on a merchant guild hit list? Hawk's uncle got into an investment scheme with a couple of merchant caste businessmen. They took a lot of people's coin in order to arrange the import of wandering hills from the Anderfells. A delicacy, I'm told. Their weird foreign foodstuffs arrived alive, and one of them, true to its name, wandered off in the middle of the night. Shit. The guild traced the shipments to Hawk's uncle, but as usual, he was so far in debt he couldn't see daylight. So they went after Hawk instead. They sent guys from the local carter to Hawk's estate one night. 5 big dusters, armed to the teeth. They kick in the door, and Hawk yells, "You're just in time," and drags them over to a game of Wicked Grace. They played 2 hands of cards before the city guard showed up to take them away. A couple of them became regulars in our weekly game. Hawk just had that effect on people. I always wanted to tell that one. Thanks. I guess I've got some letters to write. I should be the one to tell Fenris. Excuse me.
Блин, пока это самый классный момент в игре. Вот этот разговор с Вариком. Ой, Хоук, потому что интересно, что бы было, если бы это был Алистер на месте Хоук. С Мориган был бы сложный разговор тогда, наверное. Не знаю. Блин, ну так жалко. Ну, я все-таки надеюсь, что возможно умрет. Но не умрет. Не погибнет. Это же Хоук! Это же Хоук!
Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, all right?
Угу. Что? Ах, тронный зал. Кого-то казнить. Или помиловать. Стражей, что ли?
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Many places felt the pain of Adamant. You will answer for a great deal.
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground ye trod in your pathetic life. I serve a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
В общем, просит казнь. Я сама казню его, запереть его и выбросить ключ, отдать его стражам и наказание для мага усмирения. Сама казню его. Сделать то, что он хочет? Не думаю. Запереть его и выбросить ключ? Ключ можно найти. ключ, дверь, замок можно отпереть. Так что не факт, что он там задержится. Наказание для мага усмирения тоже как-то нет, потому что, как мы выяснили, из усмирения можно запустить обратный процесс. Отдать его стражам. Он сам страж, блин. С другой стороны, неизвестно, все ли стражи избавились от влияния корифея. Стоит ли отдавать его стражам? Но мне кажется, дать его стражам — это самый нормальный вариант. Нет, конечно, взять и казнить его тоже очень сильно хочется. Особенно, как вспомнить Хоук, что из-за него, возможно, быть может, умерла, а может и нет. Очень не хочется оставлять его в живых. Хочется за это его казнить, притом по-черному. Но он же сам этого не против от этого. Давайте его отдадим стражам. Все-таки. Пусть решает.
Although willing, there is a group you have wronged more than any. Lord Livius Aramond of Varantium. The Wardens can have you. Let them take your head if they want it.
Their petty justice or yours, it matters not. Truth lies in the next world.
Вот же гад. С другой стороны, они его тогда убьют и сделают все равно то, что он хочет. О, еще кого-то судить. Еще кого-то судить придется сейчас. В этот раз кого?
Another of the lingering pains of adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
You were free to rejoin your comrades, and yet you present yourself here.
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
Публичное унижение, заключить ее в тюрьму, выбросить ключ, судить стража, отправляйтесь на глубинные тропы. О боже. А почему так сложно выбирать что-то? Я думаю, может отправить ее на глубинные тропы, пусть вырезает там этих... Как они называются? Порождение тьмы? А публичное унижение? Что за публичное унижение? В тюрьму выбросить ключ точно нет. Я не стану судить стража? Тоже нет. Потому что тогда безнаказанными, получается, стражи остаются. Что значит нельзя судить? Она просит суда. Почему бы не судить? Тем более она не, если я не стану ее судить, она сама будет явно, мне это не даст ей спокойствия никакого. Поэтому давайте отправим ее на глубинные тропы.
You feel your life is over. There's a place for such wardens. So, Ruth, you'll go to the deep roads. Your death may be as quick as you choose.
This sends no message. This is just an end.
Надеюсь, все. Все. Ох, тяжело это чужие судьбы решать. Ох, тяжело. Скажите мне, как вы решали эти судебные процессы? С кем вы как поступили? Нет у меня там никого. Нет у меня никого. Уж лучше, не знаю, со всякими корифеями воевать, чем решать судьбу чью-то. Так, потом мы пойдем к Жозефине. Сначала со всеми поговорим другими. А, подождите, у нас тут Вивьен же. С этой стороны. Так, можно было бы еще с Даной поговорить, например. Может, что-то скажет.
You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? Spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? That didn't sound better, did it?
Отрезать от вас кусочек.
I have to say, Dagna, this is strange.
You don't have to tell me. All the rules are breaking. And I've broken plenty, so I know. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Дагна смешная такая. Так, а ну-ка. Мне вообще-то надо почистить инвентарь. 71 у меня тут уже. Давайте пока продадим то, что есть. Вот, чуть получше. 46. Так, ну. Может, надо было и с этим поговорить еще. А то его вообще игнорирую. Ладно, давайте поговорим. С кузнецом этим. Ясно. Дагна более общительная. Чё?
Not trying to step on your toe. Well, how are you?
I'll see you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
Специальная доставка. Как давно этого не было. По-моему, специальная доставка была один раз в первой главе. Так, Вивьен.
Of course.
Ясно. Так, что тут проставлять? Ты что, интересно, спишь прямо вот здесь, вот на балконе на этом? Ничего не смущает?
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
What do you suggest?
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
What would your ideal divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Liliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Нет уж точно, никаких императорских служащих.
Liliana might be a better choice than Cassandra, don't you think?
Liliana is a well-meaning fool. She will do irreparable harm to countless people in the name of freedom. She proposes to abolish the Circles with nothing but a solemn promise from mages not to murder children. When an angry mage lashes out inside a tower, villages aren't destroyed. The Circle protects us all. Mages will die and take ordinary men with them in a war that cannot be won. Consider carefully, Inquisitor. Everything we do is a sign from the Maker to those who seek one.
А чего сразу же не одобряет? Я просто спросила мнение.
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
I had visions. Echoes of what happened to me the first time. The Divine was there. Or something like her.
Manifestations of your own mind, perhaps? Or external memories awakened by your presence? I suppose there's no way to tell. No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
Даже не думай.
Inquisitor?
Сходить к Калину. Давайте сходим к Калину. А, еще с этой поговорим. Нет, ничего не хочет.
Going well, I hope.
What's been going on?
Not much. The usual. Nice of you to ask.
I have to go.
Just handed some intelligence to the spy master.
Блин, как вот мне интересно реакцию Фенриса, когда он узнает про Хоук. Может, она еще выжила, может, она еще все выжила. Я не теряю надежды. Надеюсь, нам удастся как-то ее оттуда вытащить. Ну... А где Калин? А, вот Калин, господи. Слона-то мы и не приметили. Ну, очень бы хотелось узнать реакцию Фенриса. А?
Is there anything I should know?
Your plan is sound. We are ready to move on the Arbor Wilds when you give the word. I will see you reach the temple before Corypheus.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Так, а Алистер где-то тут есть вообще? Раньше был. Калин. Коул. Жозефина. Мориган. Где Мориган? Где-то же была Мориган еще. Куда делась Мориган? Кажется, где-то тут была Мориган. Все, теперь ее нет.
Your worship.
Так, а где Блэквелл? Где вы все подевались? Где-то наверху, что ли? Блэквелл. Показано, что якобы он где-то здесь есть, но его-то тут нет. Все есть, Блэквелла нет. Либо какой-то глюк или что. Может, и не прорисовался. Что это? А, это кто, господи, кто сидит? А, вот ты, Блэквелл, где?
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. None of the Wardens we saw wavered. They gave their lives willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
At the end of the day, I guess all we can do is try and hope for the best.
You're right. What matters is that we never give up. Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
Так. Что тут? Не поняла. Объездчик это.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company. When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
Not the fireside tale I was expecting, Blackwall.
Just listen. I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting.
Что ты рассказываешь тут?
I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You couldn't have been the only one there. No one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
When we first met, you were saving peasants from demons and outlaws. You're not a man who shuts his eyes. A little insane, maybe.
Of course you'd make light of it. You make saving the world look easy. The rest of us can only dream of matching what you've done. Don't you see? It's not just about what happened back then. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Интересный, да, разговор. Блин, опять меня где-то выкинуло.
Inquisitor?
As you were.
Inquisitor?
Надо будет не забыть еще раз к нему сходить.
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
We'll talk later.
Так.
Again. Again. Come on. This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting.
Врежь ему, Кассандра.
Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, all right? I need to get over this demon crap.
All right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh?
So we're working out your fear with a stick?
Less talking, more hitting. Piece of feed, piece of crap! And who killed you? That's right. I are
Тебя там не было, Бэк.
I needed that. Thanks, boss.
Didn't know you liked it that rough.
Only from you, boss. Only from you.
Я видела, как тебя Кассандра там тоже била. О, как раз с Кассандрой поговорим. Итак, и надо будет вернуться к быку, к Блэквеллу.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece?
I haven't his talent for blather. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
Да, жаль, ее там не было.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
Do you really think it could have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
Perhaps it doesn't matter what she really was then.
It matters to me, to what I must write. I wish I'd seen her, seen it. I feel so inadequate trying to interpret.
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
Где я в этот раз? Так, тут, по-моему, где-то Коул должен быть, да? Ну, открывай. Так, стоп. Так, ну тут есть... Где дверь?
Thank you.
Поговорим еще?
How can I help?
Ну. Пока не хочу говорить о нас.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Glad I could bring the news about those Darkspawn, Inquisitor. Must have been a tough fight. Wish I'd seen it. Had a lull after. Shade went to Val Royaux. Off, I don't know. I'll get into Cullen's reserve yet, though. Not much else doing.
Well, that's one problem solved.
What do you
Well,
mean?
let me know. The champion. You were shitting yourself. Problem solved, right?
Right. Sure. Problem solved.
Кто? Ну, Коул, что скажешь?
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings. It isn't abuse if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
Что
He won't
такое?
bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Что стряслось?
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages. And then I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman. Good. They will not take me.
Коул, лапочка. Давайте попробуем еще с Кассандрой поговорить.
Hello again.
Пока.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
I was
Что-нибудь надо?
grieved by the loss of the champion Inquisitor. Her name was well respected. Except where it wasn't, I suppose. Funny how effort inspires both.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
А как меня это опечалило? Ай, ладно, поговорю с военным врачом, может, что скажет.
I wonder what it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination?
Тяга к искусству? Что за тяга к искусству? К искусству. Так, Блэквелл не хочет. Ой, не Блэквелл, железный бык, разговаривать. Попробуем еще раз с Коулом.
My what? It's nothing. It's just...
It started out helping, taking the fear away. I won't take too much. I am not that.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Может, все-таки он не просто так боится? Может, он что-то чувствует? Какое-то будущее? Так, Кассандра, Блэквелл. Меня интересует Блэквелл. Еще раз с ним поговорить.
So busy. Thank you for that.
Так, это торговцы.
There must be something here.
Письмо от Блэквелла, инквизитору. Ты была мне хорошим другом и всегда вдохновляла. Ты научила меня отличать достойное от дурного. Самое главное, не бояться стоять за достойное. Я горжусь тем, что помогал. Ты чего? Ты где, Блэквелл? Он типа ушел или что? В чем дело? Что произошло?
The spy master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
Смятый отчет. Смятый лист бумаги, вырванный из отчета для сестры Лианы. В Лайте схвачен лейтенант Сирил Марне, один из солдат, виновных в убийстве семьи Кая в году 37-м. Как и прочие арестованные участники, Марне настаивает, что не знал, на кого они нападают, и выполнял приказы капитана. Капитан Том Ренье до сих пор не пойман. Марне будет казнен в Вал-Руайо на этой неделе. Ёлки-палки. Час от часу не легче. Ай, так, как бы попасть теперь туда, где... Во, Мориган появилась. Не было, а появилась. Сейчас поговорим с ней. Так, а может появился и... Еще с Жозефиной, Варик поговорили, Дориан, Солос, Лиана. С Сэрой еще не поговорили. Калин, Коул. Ладно, с Мориган. И будем завершать. Сыночка Алистера-то.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Ничего про Алистера. Он просил передать ей привет, между прочим. Ладно, будем на этом завершать серию. Я ожидала больше от диалога с Мориган. Ну, что есть, то есть. На этом завершаем, продолжим в следующий раз. Всем спасибо, всем пока, до новых встреч. С вами была Лау.